How many time travelers do you think exist in the Outlander universe? Starting at the top, we have Claire Fraser, who has time traveled 3 times. Next up, we have the Mackenzies, which consists of Brianna, Roger, and their children, Jemmy and Mandy. Brianna has traveled 4 times, and she's starting to pay the price for that. Roger has also traveled 4 times, and in the process, ensured his own life. Mandy and Jemmy have traveled a total of 3 times, with Mandy acting as a guide for the entire Mackenzie family the most recent time they traveled. Buck Mackenzie, Roger's great-great-grandfather and Dougal and Galis, his son, has traveled a total of 2 times, and as far as the books and the show are concerned, we don't know his fate as of yet. Montauk 5, which you may recognize as Ottertooth and Wendigo Donner. There were 5 people in this cell travel group. However, we know that when Master Raymond was guiding this group, at least who I think was Master Raymond was guiding this group, there were many other cell clusters of 5. In this group in particular, we had Wendigo Donner and Ottertooth. Know the fate of Ottertooth and Wendigo. There were 3 other travelers within: Jeremy, Atta, and Jojo. Wendigo found Jojo dead when he went through the Stones in 1760, and Brianna discovered one of their bodies at the Stones in 1968, but we don't know which one. So either Jeremy or Atta could be alive somewhere or sometime. Baylis Duncan, she has traveled once that we know of, but I have my suspicions. And Ezekiel Richardson, aka Mike Callahan, he has traveled once that we know of, but my personal belief is that he is the child of Galis and the Comte Saint-Chamond, and that he has traveled a ton of times. Kenneth Mackenzie, aka the Branseer, he has traveled just once, immediately after Galis, however arrived moments after Claire. Where was he all that time? You know him as the Branseer who tells the Fraser prophecy. The Comte Saint-Chamond, hear me out. We don't know how many times he has traveled. I think it's a lot, and I have to do a separate video on that because this man is up to some shit. Jerry Mackenzie, Roger's father, he's traveled twice and has the saddest fate of any character. Of course, the OG time traveler, Master Raymond, the man, the myth, the legend, he's been traveling for thousands of years. I have no idea how many times. Last but certainly not least, we have Cotton Malone, who time travels in past prologue. Cotton is a very interesting character because he's not from the Outlander universe. This is an anthology mashup book where Diana allows for a character from a Steve Barry novel to come into the Outlander universe, and he interacts and time travels with the Grimoire, with Galis, with Jamie, and it is just such a fun read. Speaking of book time travelers, we also have Dr. Hector McEwen, who Roger, Buck, and Brianna all encounter in the past. He's originally from the 1800s, and unfortunately, he accidentally time traveled, leaving his wife and 2 children behind. Roger is encouraging him to try and get back to his family. We don't really know his fate either. And then we can get into the suspected time travelers, one of which is Fergus Fraser. I say this because it is heavily theorized and hinted at in the books that Le Comte Saint-Chamond and Amelie Beecham are Fergus's parentage, which means that he could have the time travel gene. Friend Jenny and I have talked a lot about Rafe O'Higgins possibly being a traveler. And then of course we have the elephant in the room, which is Julia and Henry, Claire's parents. I know everyone saw them time traveling in Blood of My Blood, but in my mind, that's fan fiction. Diana Gabaldon has come out and said they died in that car accident. They did not time travel. However, she has said that they were time travelers. They just did not know they had the ability, lived ordinary lives, and that's where Claire gets the gene from. So technically, yes, they're time travelers, but they never time travel. That's my canon. Probably gonna watch this video back and realize that I missed someone. If that's the case, I'll add it in the comments.